You guys want to hear something absolutely insane? I went from 800 followers to over 50,000 between Instagram and YouTube, which led me to be the most followed aligner educator on social media, and I was voted the 2024 Dentist Influencer of the Year. This allowed me to build an audience in the dental industry that I have influence over. The main thing that I promoted for those 2 years was my aligner training program, and I have made over 6 figures doing so, with my only marketing channel being social media. And I'm showing this all to you to show you that posting on social media and growing an audience of people who will purchase services and products that are recommended to them actually works. Now, it wasn't always like this. When I started, I didn't know how to use social media at all, nor did I really post that much. I was always struggling to figure out, how can I use social media to build an audience and leverage the power of influence? Now, I spent over 1,000 hours. I tried several strategies when I watched countless reels and YouTube videos to learn how to do this stuff. And I found out more ways how to do this the wrong way before I figured out how to use the power of social media to grow my business. And I'm going to save you the thousands of hours and battle scars and just tell you how to double your patient population with aligners and influencers without spending any money at all. I call it the influencer growth collab method. And what it entails is a service exchange, an affiliate partnership, as well as community engagement. Now, I want you to know this training works for all brands that exist, so you can take this and apply it to whichever system that you use for aligners. Now, imagine if you could double your patient population by giving away one treatment for free. Let me tell you about my friend who wanted more veneer patients. Now, she couldn't get them because she didn't really have a social media presence, and she feared that she would be stuck doing bread and butter dentistry if she didn't have this high quality content online to attract those patients. Luckily, one of her patients was actually a videographer, and they agreed to swap services. So he would take her high quality videos and pictures so that way she could post them on social media, and then she, in exchange, would do a smile makeover for him. This was a win-win and allowed both of them to get what they wanted in a very creative way, and it didn't involve them paying for anything. Now, this is what you call a service exchange. And the way to do it is to identify local influencers. I know I use this example of a patient who is a videographer, but you would be wanting to look for somebody who is an influencer in your area in the health and beauty space specifically. And now a pro tip is that the more followers they have does not always mean that is a better thing. There are what's called macro and micro influencers. Micro influencers are people who have just a couple thousand followers. Macro influencers are people who have over 100,000 followers and have a much bigger reach. The reason why micro influencers are better for you and your business is because you want somebody who you can approach, who's going to be able to be willing to exchange services with you, and because those micro influencers actually have a really strong bond and connection with their audience. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just reach out to them. So if they're on Instagram, just literally send them a DM and let them know that, hey, I really want to collaborate with you. I see that you're in the health and beauty space. I'm a dentist. I want to treat more aligner patients. I would love to collaborate. Would this be something that you'd be interested in? And then once they respond, they're probably going to say yes. You would bring them into the office, do your exam, see if there's any treatment that you can offer them. Ideally, you would want to offer them aligners since that's what you're marketing for. And if they're a candidate and they say yes, at that point, you would outline the service exchange. Now, a service exchange can be very simple. You can use something like ChatGPT to help you out, but basically all you would write is, I am collaborating with a local influencer on social media. I want to exchange content for aligner therapy. Can you please write out what are some deliverables that they can share with me regarding content in exchange for treatment? If you give that to ChatGPT, I can guarantee you they'll tell you, a certain number of reels, a certain number of story posts, but basically leverage that tool and create a service exchange outline. Now, why should you offer aligners to influencers? So first of all, there's a very, very high patient demand with this procedure. It's higher than it's ever been before. Other benefit is that this treatment is very dynamic in the sense where you're going to be able to have this influencer make a lot of content for you because this treatment is not just a one and done thing. Aligners takes about 6 to 8 months. And during that time, this influencer is going to be taking out their trays when they're eating, taking them out and putting them in at night. There's so many different ways that this aligner will show up in their day-to-day feed. And so what that does is that that actually benefits the fact that there's going to be so much exposure of this treatment to their followers who are actually paying attention to them. Other benefit is that this allows for them to educate their followers about the treatment, why they're doing it, what are the benefits for it, who could potentially qualify, and all of this information is actually super beneficial for you and your practice. The next step in this process would be to treat and create. Essentially, you treat them and they go and create the content for you. Now, if you want someone else to market your practice and drive patients to you, you need to incentivize them to do so. I experienced this when I first launched my aligner training program and I wanted to market it to dentists. Now, I had a very hard time in the beginning getting in front of them. So I reached out to Dr. Paul Goodman, who's the founder of Dental Nachos. He proposed an affiliate partnership with me since I couldn't afford the traditional sponsorship package that he was charging businesses. And the agreement was that they would promote my free training in their community and tag me in any questions that people had about aligners. And if anybody enrolled in the program, we would share some of the revenue. That way, this was a mutually beneficial partnership, and I'm super, super grateful for it. So what is an affiliate partnership and how does it work? So an affiliate partnership is very simple. It's when two parties come together and they agree to have an affiliate model where there is some type of profit sharing that is going on between one service that people are signing up for. So to structure it, you make a unique code or a trackable link, you have an agreed upon commission amount, and you have a monthly payout where every month you go in and you would see how many people signed up or bought the thing, and then you would give that amount of money that you agreed upon to that affiliate. And while you're doing that, you're also going to be wanting to make sure that you're tracking those referrals so that way you know who actually came from this affiliate partner. So let's take this and play it out and see how it looks for you and your influencer who already agreed to exchange content for aligner therapy. So you've got this partnership and the influencer is already making content for you. So you would make them a unique code, which could literally just be their name. Let's call her Sarah. All they would have to do is whenever they promote the treatment on their social media, they just write in their caption, tell Dr. Smith that Sarah sent you in. Now, when a patient comes into the office and then they actually go forward with treatment, they let you know that Sarah sent them. Your team just has a simple sheet that tracks which cases were started and who referred them. And then at the end of the month, you would see how many cases were started. Let's say you started 10 cases, and of those 10, 5 of them came from Sarah. Well, whatever the percentage amount that you agreed to pay Sarah, you would then pay her out on a monthly basis. Pretty simple, right? Now, if you aren't actively participating in community events, you are missing out on a huge opportunity to grow your dental practice. So Dr. Smith had a practice and he wanted to do more aligner procedures, but they struggled getting people in the door. So Dr. Smith is human, right? He's got real bills to pay and he needed to get patients so that way he could not only help them improve their oral health, but also generated income for him and his family. So he reached out to Sarah, the local health and wellness influencer, and they both wanted to do good in the community. So they agreed to hold an event together. The event was going to be at Dr. Smith's office, and Sarah agreed to promote it to her followers. About 50 people showed up. They all got free digital scans and checkups, and of the 50 of them, 20 of them actually proceeded with treatment and became patients of Dr. Smith. And here's where things get really exciting. They had an affiliate agreement beforehand, and so that applied to this situation. And the reason why this was mutually beneficial is because Sarah was able to use her ability to get people in the door at this event, and they were able to get free checkups and scans. And Dr. Smith was able to help the local community and get new patients while they both shared the revenue from the patients who proceeded with treatment. Do you see how this is a win-win-win for everybody involved? So some ideas for you to hold some type of event in your community or at your office could be two things: a sip and scan event or an aligner day with wellness scans. The sip and scan event can be something that's super fun. And if this is the vibe of you in your office, essentially what you would do is you would have an event at the office after hours. Maybe you have like some music, maybe a little DJ, some champagne or wine, and you are inviting the community to come in, have some drinks, get some scans done of their mouth, and you can essentially give them a consultation right then and there. This gets your practice so much exposure. It shines a very positive light in the community that you're willing to have events like these, and you can easily partner with multiple influencers in the area to bring people to this event. And the best part is you don't have to pay these influencers at all. All you have to do is maybe set up some type of affiliate agreement, and this way everybody wins. Other idea that you could use is the aligner day with wellness scans. And this is something that you would do during office hours. And you would actually promote this to your existing patients as well as tapping into the influencer's followers. And so you block off one day where all you do are consultations for aligners. And so you'd book the schedule with as many patients as you can. And of those, I can guarantee you, as long as you have the right systems in place to convert those patients, you will be able to have what's called a $100,000 day with aligners. So I hope you found this valuable. And I wanted to let you know that I'm the founder of Clear Aligner Advisor, which is a clear aligner education platform that has successfully helped over 150 dentists integrate aligners into their practice, who have then gone on to generate over $9 million in revenue from aligners alone. We also have a couple free training programs that you can dive into if you aren't ready to invest in education to level up your career just yet. Just go to clearalineradvisor.co. The link for that is in the description. And if you are looking for the structure and support of a training program, we help docs through one of our 2 paid training programs: Aligner Blueprint, which is our core curriculum online program, and Aligner Launchpad, which is our comprehensive program with unparalleled levels of support while starting and growing your practice with aligners. So if you want to go deeper on this topic about how to grow your practice with marketing, I actually made this video specifically for you. Go check it out. I'll see you in there.